What chords do you learn after you've learned your basic chords? Okay, you may have been taking guitar lessons and learned your basic C, G, D, F, E, maybe some minors, A minor, E minor, D minor, so on and so forth. And you're probably wondering, well, I've heard other chords and songs. I've heard songs that, you know, what I want to play doesn't sound, none of these chords will play my song. So yeah, there are other chords you'll start to learn, other forms of these basic chords, and that's what we're going to talk about. So just, this is a sustained second chord. Alright, that is a plain old A. Some people make it like that. Alright, if you bring your third finger off the second string there, make it with those two fingers. I usually make it with those two. But that is an A sustained second. It sounds like technical, but it's nothing more than that. D sustained second, same thing. And well, I say the same thing. Bring your middle finger up off the bottom string, and that's the same note relative to a D chord. And those are probably the two easiest sustained seconds. A G chord, you may have learned it. You may have learned your G chord like this. Just this is the most basic G chord. All right, if you hold down 3rd fret, first and second strings, and then bring these two up to where you normally hold a G chord. It's a little different G. Alright, if you bring this first finger up to the 3rd string, 2nd fret, you get pretty much that same thing. Now what you got to do here, this one's deadening this 5th string, the A string. This is starting to get it's a little more involved, so don't worry if you can't do it right away if you're a beginner. But that is a G sustained second. Now you can do it, but that's a G add 9th. They're very similar, but they're not exactly the same if you hear those two terms. And I'm trying, like I say, I'm trying not to get real technical on this. This is just kind of an intro thing. Now your other add 9ths. Here's a C add 9th. And I'm using you can do this a couple of different ways too. What you're doing is taking a finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and you're playing that C add sustained second. You know, this is a add 9th, but that's why I say they're very similar. If you want to deaden the 4th string, it'd be absolute sustained second, but it's no big thing. Those two are very similar chords. Like I say, an A sustained second, that's an A add 9th. But I'm not going to show you how to make it. I'm not trying to show you all of these chords at once. If you don't learn anything on this one short lesson but the A add 9th and the D add 9th, you probably feel like you've had a pretty good day, and know that there's more to come, because you've probably heard that. I know you've probably heard that C. You know, about 1,000. I'll show you a combination here that you may or may not have seen. A lot of songs, a lot of the old 70s classic rock songs, they'll start with a D chord, and then they'll bring those two down to the C and E notes, the 5th string, 3rd fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, just like a C, but you're holding, instead of holding, you're moving that up 2 fret like. So that becomes like, there's the C add 9th. That's a G. When you bring those two up 1 string each from then you're back at G. So that kind of gives you that's an application of the C add 9, working out of the D chord. Okay, back to the A sustained second. Let's say you want a C sustained second, the same thing. You could do a bar chord. If you haven't seen bar chords, well, I'm going to do another lesson on them. That would be a C sustained second. Some of the beginner books will show you, or they may show a B chord like that. If you move it up a fret, it's a C. So that would be the bar chord. That would be the add 9th. Then, like I say, we're going to get into another lesson on that. All right, that's just a brief intro on the add 9ths. All right, now, major 9th. You may have heard of a major 7th chord. You may have even seen a picture like, let's say this is an A and I'm starting it. Let's go to C on that. Here's a plain old C chord. Okay, if you want to do a C major 7th, you just let off with that actually, instead of less notes, it's more notes, because it's a C and you're putting a B note in with it. And like I say, I'm trying not to get real technical on you. All right, back to A. That is a C major 7th, by the way. Now, A, you can do the same thing. This is what I call a wishbone chord. That's an A major 7th. I said major 9th a minute ago, but I'm going to show you. Alright. Now what you're doing is, instead of 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, it's 2nd fret, 1st fret with your 1st finger, back to 2nd fret with your 3rd finger. Now that is an A major 7th. Alright. To do the A major 9th, you just let it. A major 9. Alright, I did a D and an E just to show a pattern. Alright, D major 9. Alright, to the D major 7th first, real easy. You're holding down 3 strings with 1 finger. And old Mel Bay's book that I learned out of 100 years ago showed this was their textbook method for that, but it doesn't matter what finger you hold that with. In fact, I like that better because I can add some stuff in. Now that's kind of advanced. I'm just saying that's later on, but we'll get you there. D major 7th, D major 9th is just open E string, open 1st string, 2nd fret, 2nd fret. I'm using my middle 2 fingers and open, and that works. Like you can. The reason I'm showing you, like I said, these are chords you're going to hear, but the main thing you want to remember to take away from this is sustained 2nd chords and or add 9th chords. Sustained 2nd, add 9th, very similar. I'm not going to break down the difference right now. Get more technical later, but I promise. But you can make this movable too. Okay. Now, one more I'm going to talk about: altered bass notes. All right, and what that is I'm gonna say the most common. That's where you, like, normally if you make an A chord, that fifth string A is your bass note. Most of the time, just basic music and chords 101. Now an altered bass note, one of the most common ones would be to put an A over a B note instead of over an A note. You A, B flat, B, and I'm doing that. I finger pick that, but you're doing the inside 4 strings. Is all you're doing. Very simple. That's an A over B. When you hear that, when you see it written on a piece of music, it'll be A/B. Looks like the B should be the high note, but the B's the low note. I move that up, that's B over C sharp. You'll hear that a lot. That's kind of a jazzy chord there. But a lot of rock and roll, a little bit of country uses that. Jazz, rock, Steely Dan kind of stuff. Okay, and that is all for now. Okay, we'll have another lesson on movable chords. That'll be the next thing coming up. All right, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Hit me a like and subscribe. Let me know you were there, and thanks. And like I say, if you got any questions or anything, leave me a comment. I usually get back to all of them. All right.